Hey, welcome to Web3 Weekly with your host, Blockstar Technology.
Let's go. All right. So, welcome to our episode 33 podcast. So, today I have Charlie and the famous Mikey from NotEssential. So, Mike, I'm going to call him Mike or I'm going to call you Hilly. I know I call you Hilly. Right?
Yeah, it's easier.
Or the best human on the planet.
No.
Or one of the best humans on the planet.
Works hard.
All right. So today we're going to talk about a little bit about not essentials because to give a little bit of context to the podcast, we met at the NFT Fest, like
Melbourne.
last year, September.
Yes.
Can you believe the time just gone like that, right?
Fast, right?
It is April, right? Already. It's crazy. It's finishing as well.
Web3 moves.
Crazy. So, and we built some great connections and we met Kane and a few other guys as well. And we built something special. And I thought like, you know what? And we kept, our communication going, right? Since then. And we thought, Hilly's coming down to Gold Coast. So why not catch up?
Perfect. Exciting.
So exactly, right?
That's
it. On that, I would like to just jump straight in.
Go.
Right? Tell us a little bit about NotEssential. I want to hear about the origin story of NotEssentials.
Okay. So, originally, right, Rice and Kane and Shazza, all these guys worked at an electrical store.
Okay.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
So they've all been friends. Now, I'm the outside one from across the world, right? So I come in later.
Yeah.
But basically, Rice, Metamamba, Chuck Rice, our artist, was into NFTs and was looking at them. He tells Kane. Then they're like, let's build a project. Crawford comes in, right? Because Crawford is actually a very good writer. He's an excellent storyteller and writer. So he loves to write children's books and things. This is very interesting. I don't really tell people about that. I don't know if I should, but now it's out there. So that's what's up. But anyway, so, they all come together. Ving comes in and everyone sort of puts in their skills and they're like, let's build this project. So test it, right? And let's throw it on Binance.
Yeah. Binance chain.
Yeah. So, fast forward, sort of suss all the details, financial, coding, right? Like, how do we get these things built that we don't understand? And so the pieces begin to fall in place.
Yeah.
Rice has made the art. Everyone loves it. It's hectic. That was version 1.
Yep.
Right? So version 1 was for Cycloturtles, which is part of the NotEssential umbrella, part of the family. And this is really how things work. We try to do one thing at a time, right? But moving forward, we're now upcoming on version 3 of Cycloturtles, right? So as NotEssential, we learned, as I came in later, they already knew because they worked together, that everyone has a place if everyone puts in their skills. So, when you step back, everyone at NotEssential is absolutely 100% essential. And this is the type of dynamic that we wish to build in the world around us. We seek to showcase individual value, to put it to use for the benefit not only of that individual, but the community within which they choose to live, even no matter the size, small, large, however that works out. So I guess long and the short of it is we all learned to work together to produce something that we'd never seen. We had to navigate. Everyone loves the ocean. Not everyone. All of us do.
Yeah.
And so in the beginning, Kane, Crawford, Rice, and Vingy and Juice decided, they were going to go after something for Coral. Try to find a charity, right? Try to find a charity that puts the money directly towards what it's said that it will go to. Almost impossible. Hundreds of phone calls. That's what that looked like. Hundreds of, so you really only give like 5% of this money, or max it was like 25%. Okay, well, this isn't going to work. This is not a feasible
model for charity.
Yeah, like it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
I'm losing more than anyone is getting on any page for anything, right? Like that's what's happening. So we all sought to eliminate that, right? Like everyone. The partnership with Stephen Roden became a key and integral object, because not only could we knew the founder, we knew the designer, we knew the engineer, all the same person, but we could give directly, support that initiative directly. That would showcase the entire NotEssential model as well, because we're taking a whole skill set, applying it to a secondary skill set that is just as valuable. But now, because we had put both together, now we can go global. Now we can begin to change the way people look at charity, change the way people think of putting in value to change systemic or global functions.
Okay. So, cool. All right. So, not essentials. And how does that name translate from not essential to you're essentially like giving something back, right? So the whole thing is like not essential. It's about all giving back to people, and it's about working as a community. You're building more like a movement rather than a brand. That's what I feel like. Am I right or wrong?
We're more than a brand, right? Cycloturtles is more than a project. NotEssential is more than a brand. We're a family. And we build family everywhere we go. That's how we met. You know what I mean? And it was evident. Like, it's always evident. We always put all we have in because we give a shit about everyone around us. And we seek to provide them a value, not only in conversation, not only in some charitable format, but literally in every way, whether it's collaboration, whether it's education, whatever it is, man. You need videography, you need whatever it is, man. If we can do it, and it's beneficial to all, we then push hard.
Okay.
And we get it done.
So where did the not essential comes from?
That's Kane.
Oh, you're out of the camera.
Oh, zoom back in.
Zoom back in there. Don't get excited.
Exciting. That's Kane. And really, like, a lot of us, I'll just speak for me. Okay? Like, I feel...
where the name comes from that...
hold on.
You're going to get there.
So, in society, right, we've all had different positions. But our sort of experience is disregard or ostracization. Right? Because we do it a different way, and we don't care what you think. I just don't. It's going to get done. I'm going to do it the best way I can or know how with as many people as I can. So, all of us basically in society are completely not essential. I don't build in that machine. I have no interest in doing it. So to, the known economical world, I'm not essential. Doesn't matter what I do. But the truth is when you put us all together, there are amazing things that happen every single day. Everywhere we go, every time we talk, every time we see each other. It's astounding. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know, man. It's like having ice cream every day. That's the way I feel about it. It makes me happy. You know what I mean? It makes me happy because it's not about me. It doesn't just change my life. My life has changed greatly. Massive from just the last time I saw you, right? But it's not about me. It's about making a win-win-win. Not just me and you win. Let's both win and make Kazi win too, just because we can. Because we can, right? That's it. You do it because it's the best way forward. And that's really where we're at. So in society, that type of thinking is 100% not okay, right? Like, that is not how the system works. That's not how it's designed, and that's not how you're supposed to think. But it is essential. It is 100% necessary.
Yes.
And people like us make differences and change the world around us because we can.
Yeah.
That's it. It's really
like
simple,
that.
right? And that's really what it comes down to is that, it's basically a play on words, right?
Yes.
Where this is a view
Yeah.
that some people hold of other people. But in fact, the internal value of this person or that person, you're not more valuable than me. I'm not more valuable than Charlie. None of this.
It doesn't.
No, the skills need to be aligned to produce more.
Yes.
All values are the same. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yep.
Like the intrinsic human value is not just the skill. The value is that it can connect. It can all connect and build much greater things. Yeah. So, just trying to get everyone to do that. It's difficult.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
But that's why we have Cycloturtles, and that's the test project, right? Like that's the test, and it worked, and it still works, and that's what I love about it. That's my favorite part.
Okay.
So it's much like if, in a way I would put it, in growing up in New Zealand, growing up in the Western world, everybody's for themselves. You may have brother, sister, you all go your own way, or New Zealand's a little bit different because your fourth cousins are your cousins and your sixth cousins are still your cousins.
Yeah.
It's so small, but still everyone goes their own way.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
and there's competition in there.
I'm 18,
right?
I'm moving out here. I'm moving out here doing my own thing, and we'll come together every now and again. But one way I've seen it is like Asian families. They'll come over, and other families too, non-Western, but growing up in New Zealand, like Asian family will come in, they'll immigrate to New Zealand or Australia, and 6 of them, whatever, will all move into one house with each other. They'll buy that house, or they'll come up, work together, cook big meals together, so it's cheaper as well. But then they get that money together, build one house.
That's it.
Buy one house, and then they'll all live there, and then they're building up that house, but then they get their second house, and then now their family's moved into the second house, and then they'll do a third house until everybody's able to get a house.
Scalability. It's all about scalability.
Yeah.
If you take out the selfish drive, if you take out the thought of individuality, right? Like why? Like, yes, I may be different.
Yeah.
But I am certainly not individual. We live on the same planet. I swim in the same ocean, right? Like things that I do affect your life.
Yep.
Whether you know that or not, they do.
Yep.
So I guess removing that's the progressive direction, right? Is we have to say this all for me, this sort of I'm the most important motherfucker on the planet. That shit's got to go.
Yeah.
Because look at the systems. They're all breaking down. What is the cause? Greed. Selfishness. That's the cause. It was designed for that function. And because that's the motive behind the design, it fails because it doesn't serve all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very simple. So the system has to be rebuilt piece by piece by piece. One person to the next person. That person sees that value. They, in the back of their head, they're like, I'm gonna, this fits, and I'm gonna figure it out somewhere. And it does. And it always happens. Every time. So it's more of a, it's more of a service job. Life is rather than I need this or that.
Yeah.
If you're focused on I need this or that, you're not going to get shit anyways.
And it's like going back in time, where they have a veggie patch here, or you've got these fruits. Here's some tomatoes that I've grown.
That's it. If I don't have enough land to grow or the soil to grow X or Y, why don't we just trade? Because I've got the soil for this, or I've got this skill, right?
Yeah.
And you don't necessarily just have to have a straight swap. Like I can pay you, but maybe that's because I get paid to do this one job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Like, so there's different ways to allocate skill sets and build infrastructure and function. So when you look at Cycloturtles, like the plan was to like, can we do this? Will this work? Will people do the right thing because it's the right thing? Because it can happen, because it can work, right? And yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Lots of people do. And more and more people keep doing that. And yeah, that blows my mind.
Okay, so from there, let's talk about turtles, right? Cyclone turtles?
Cycloturtles.
Cycloturtles.
One
right?
eye.
Yeah.
One eye, one vision.
One eye, one vision. I love that. So I was thinking, like, how come it's only one eye?
Singular
right?
vision.
So talk to us about how did it got started? How did the NFT? So you guys got together, like with one, and you are on the other side of
So
the
now listen.
planet,
So
right?
there was Rice, Kane,
Kane
Crawford,
and
Ving,
Crawford.
Juice,
Yes, and then you're in the US.
and I'm not even there yet.
Yes,
I don't even know this is on board. Right?
Yes.
So I'm out doing a completely different set of
Yes.
things. I'm investing in futures. I'm really trying to flip shit coins.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that
Something
it's going
would-
to come out, because at that point I was still like a little bit before that.
Yes.
Actually. So I was still looking at this as like money was the answer. It
Hmm.
was the way out.
Mm-hmm.
For sure, because billionaires, they don't have problems like me. It turns out they have way more.
Yeah.
Way more. So that's not the answer. But I thought it was then. And I lost and I learned. And I was like, man, this is not
working.
going to happen. In the meantime, I had spent many years meditating and listening. And as hokey as this sounds, you can, whatever you think. But the fact is I listen and then I do it. So one day I'm sitting in my office and what I hear is like, buy 5 NFTs. Now that to me seems excessive.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really know how NFTs work. And I certainly don't want to do that because to me, that's just like throwing money down the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turns out that was a necessary decision. So I make this decision as I do, right? I told you, I listen and I do it even if I don't want to, or am like, I don't understand. I do it anyway. So I buy these 5 NFTs. It was a project that was going well at the time. I learned the value of community out of that. I learned what you could do with an NFT. I learned that JPEGs can change the fucking world, right? Like that's what I learned, because these communities that I was in, they would take my ideas and implement them. And I was like, this is great. So then I'm like, you know what? Like what I have here is a whole group of people that are actually hurt very bad, that have problems, that have pain, that could be helped if we made this thing. So I suggest this particular function, utility.
Yeah.
It was a fuck no, right? And the reason is because they were focused on the money and the gain.
Yeah.
And right then and there, I was like, man,
no, this
fuck this. I'm out. And I sold my shit for nothing. Facts. Because like I didn't.
You're not a believer, right? If you're not a believer, why do you part of that?
I don't
community?
even want it in my wallet. I don't want it. I don't want you to know I had it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because that could
associate
for what I'm trying to build. That could throw some shade at what I'm building, right?
Yes.
So I was like, okay, whatever. Fuck it. NFTs, fine, whatever. And I'd gone through like several layers of education and suffering, monetarily and stress-wise and everything else. And then I was being honest about myself in Twitter Spaces, and I had written a book in the same process by listening and writing it down. And Crawford, wordsmith is what we call him, but Crawford was in one of these spaces. And I think at the time, Crawford really wanted to know if I was just full of shit or not.
Yeah.
That's really, I think, where we were at. And I appreciate that because I love being sussed. Yeah. It is the best because then I can really put the hammer down. You know what I mean? But that's what happened. And so he gives me a Discord invite.
Yeah.
Now, knowing what I know at this point in time, I'm thinking, oh, Jesus Christ, like this, because at that time in the space, man, everything was hectic.
Like a lot of noise, right?
Bro,
Because
tons of
everything's like-
noise, tons of theft, tons of
yeah,
fraud.
a lot of FUD,
Jesus
FUD,
Christ, right? And so I'm like, okay, do I take this? Like this, so in your own head, right, you can create anything. Yeah, don't do that. That's not beneficial. So what I did was ask, and then I did what I was told again. Took the Discord invite, realized that these dudes have really put their arms out real far, and they're getting chopped off left and right. But the project was good. The idea was good. They were honest.
So at this point, would you had the NFTs or no? Not still not NFTs, just like building
so at that point, Cycloturtles hadn't even launched yet.
Got it. Just still
Right.
like getting the community.
Yep.
Like,
So I'm in the Discord.
yes.
I see and I sit back and watch. I watch these decisions be made. I put in my 2 cents because I know I can. So I do. And consistently over time, I keep putting in my 2 cents. And then one day I decided I was just really going to figure out what was going on. Is this worth my time? Right? Does this align with what's going on in my life? And is this what I'm supposed to be doing?
Yep.
These are not questions that most people want answers to because it feels bad sometimes, right? If you're wrong, fine. But wrong is learning. And that's good. There's no wrong. There's no right. It's just learning and application. So I called Kane on a Discord phone call, and no one answers Discord phone calls. He answers, and I don't know how long we talked for, but it was a very unique experience.
Go. And from there, it's just...
Yeah, and then from there, we were family. We understood what had to be done.
Yeah.
And every day since then, we've worked to make it happen, no matter what the difficulty was.
Yeah.
And there were
some
many difficulties, from theft to contract failure.
I want to go to that. That's my next question, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So next, I want to now talk about. So when, what was the lead up to the project? Okay, so who you guys got together and spoke about, okay, this is what we're going to create. If you talk about that part, and then we go to stage by stage. So what was it like leading up to the project? How did you guys come up with the idea, and what is that?
So before I got to the project, Rice had come up with this crazy looking turtle.
Yeah.
Right. And everybody was like, that works. That's cute.
Yeah.
It's lovable. Right.
It's different.
That was the space at the time.
Yes.
You got to get that look. Well, then now it's old. So then we got to evolve a little. And so we did from the original, the OG turtle, the original one that was just like,
yes.
Like,
of course, it's different.
Yeah. A little blocky. Yeah. A little, stencil-y-ish. Right. Then we add more life. So now we're on Ethereum. There's the contract is written. Everyone's put in opinions, suggestions. Rice has done his best to really deal with all of that, because I can't imagine doing that as an artist. For everyone to chop your work down every day. I mean, I'm an author, right? That happens all the time. And I'm used to it now.
But here to be.
But I remember in the beginning, and I know that's how Rice probably felt too in the beginning.
And Rice was doing the artwork and the text.
So Rice is doing the artwork. Kane is basically educating himself as well as us. Same with Crawford. Crawford has a tech background, so he does have skills. And then more and more people come. So now we've got a set contract. We've got created art. We have a utility. We have function. We've beat the game of charity, right? We played the Rochambeau and won. And now it's time to put it out.
Yeah.
Let's go. No. Didn't happen. So the problem was the dev that we hired. And the contract was fucked. It did not work.
The minting process or any specific or okay.
I could go into
Yeah.
all the details, but really it's not
Yeah.
fair, really,
Yeah.
to be honest, because
Of course.
people make mistakes, but
Yeah.
so that level of mistake,
What really hurt
at that high
of the
of a
peak
cost,
yes.
At that specific time is probably the worst failure that you could have.
Yeah.
So now we've got, 5,000 plus people waiting, right? And then we have a huge meeting. Kane is like, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
What do you want to do, guys? And ask everyone. Everyone. Whole community puts in. All the boys decide it can be fixed in 2 days. My head, not a contract writer, right? Not my job, not a coder. So I'm thinking, how the fuck can anyone do that? Now I understand copy pasting, but I also understand when things are screwed and you can't go backwards, you have to start over. And it took a really long time to start. Time, right? So I'm thinking like, no way. But I don't verbalize that. I don't communicate that because I don't want.
It doesn't add any value, right?
Right. It doesn't add value, so you do not put it in.
Of course.
So even with that thought kind of in the back of my head, I'm like, you know what? Let's just all agree and go for it. So we go for it. It gets done in 2 days.
Wow.
Roll out the contract.
Yep.
Everyone mints, right? And then there's still issues.
Yeah.
We're like, Jesus. What now?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it went from advertising where people just took the money, so straight out theft, even before launch, right? To after launch, those things still occurred because we were still all learning the lessons. This was all brand new to all of us. It's not, you can't expect yourself to really be capable of making efficient decisions in
this unknown path, right? Unknown journey.
You just don't know space with no spacesuit, right? Yes. Like you just don't know what's happening, and there's no way to feasibly solve it. So we just basically bull ran through all of the problems that you could encounter, in a project. And man, so I remember those days, right? Like those 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to all the boys. Each day, the personal level of devastation was huge with each. Yeah, but the collective level of like determination, discipline, and just refusal to quit.
Yep,
was the most outstanding thing I'd seen in quite some time. So I was like, "Yep, this is going to work." And we kept going, and there were little hurdles, little problems, we had to learn to change direction, to make these goals, to actually make these things happen. We had to shift and move like with the tide. Yeah. Right. But I think when you go through things of that nature, all you're doing is learning how to handle bigger, badder, harder things with great efficiency and ease. So that's the way I look at it. Yeah. I don't know that everyone looks at it that way. It's the way I look at it. I know Kane sees it as a lesson, and we all learned much. I mean, we learned a lot about people and a whole lot about skill sets, how to find them, what questions to ask, how to test. Yeah. Right? Because for a guy that doesn't know anything about he be coding, value? How am I supposed to test a coder, man? Yeah. I don't even know what that means, right? Yeah. Long story short, we all learned. Yeah. And we had to learn because it wasn't about us. Yeah. Our holders are depending on us to solve these problems and figure it out. Right? Yeah. Jesus, like just keep going. And months on end, we keep going. Keep going, no matter what. And it worked. And that attitude works every fucking time. Yeah. If you decide you're going to get it done, you're going to get it done. There's no in between.
And that's what
Burn the
you're saying.
boats.
Yeah.
Burn the boats.
Burn the boats,
Burn the
right?
boats, mate.
And
Burn the
that's the thing.
boats.
Like it's either way. You say like, okay, I'm going to get it done and push through it. You'll be right. And if you say like, no, this is not going to work, you're right as well. Because if
That's
you
right.
say like, oh, it doesn't going to work, you're not going to put the effort in.
Right. It's just
Right?
a matter
It's
of
whatever it
sussing,
is,
right?
So
Suss it.
whatever it is, you're going to make it happen, right?
Mhm.
So the great thing is like going through that, and that's not it's super challenging times, right?
I just
yeah.
had a question on that, Hilly. Like, how was that you guys growing that community from 0 to 5,000 and then
Good
going
question.
through with the community going, oh, sorry guys, like this
Dude.
is what's happened, and
Yeah.
those guys are just stuck around. Like, how
Yeah.
was that whole community from 0 to 5,000 and then
It
things
was
going on and
it was
keeping
crazy.
them?
it was the amount of like, dude, just the amount of FUD in a day was like, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, like, can you not just be patient? Just, you got 2 days. You were told 2 days, just be patient, just be patient. Just be patient, right? But not everyone's patient.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to money,
Money, yeah.
right? Money's a huge factor in a lot of things. So obviously that was massively disappointing for everyone. It pissed a lot of holders off.
Yeah. Before that, though, like, how was your journey growing?
Like growing
you guys
that, yeah.
Growing that
Oh, growing it.
community and then,
To me, that was amazing to see. I mean, so from like your mates, right, that are like, yeah, okay, you got a project, yeah, I'm in, whatever it is, right? Let's go. That's one thing, right? That's one thing. You got people. Everybody's got people, all right? But to get thousands of people to choose to do something with you, believe in you, and do it all because it's a better thing to do for everyone. So to have the right motivation, to have the right direction, to have the right output with the right people. Honestly, I can't believe we made it, but we did, and we continued to. That's what we're supposed to do, right? It's already set. It's already done. That's the pattern. So I find in life, like, things like that are astounding every day. So I guess the process of watching it build was amazing. And then to watch it fall,
again, it's
was
not
devastating,
right?
You know,
it's
because
an
you're like,
opposite emotion, right?
No. But at the end of the day, I can only speak for myself in this particular situation. But at the end of the day, to me, it's just had to be that way. Like, I had already accepted that there were going to be, in my brain, I've accepted already that like everyone's going to drop it. Everyone's going to sell it for nothing and we're fucked.
Yeah.
That right? Worst case scenario. Accept that, move on.
Yeah.
Because that's not going to happen. Let's go. You know what I mean? And that's how I've learned to look at things, from trauma in life to everything. Like, okay, what's the worst possible thing?
Yeah.
Is that going to happen? No. If it does, well, yeah, okay.
At least you addressed it, and
move forward. Now we move on, right?
Yeah.
And so, I guess it's just not getting stuck in that shit, man. Being able to stay liquid, flow with it all, no matter how painful or dope it is. Like, it's all exciting. You just gotta go with it. You know?
As I say, every day's a new day.
It is, man. It is, bro. And you're a different person every day you wake up.
Yeah.
Facts.
So, in this time, right, going through all these challenges, right, emotional like roller coasters, right, ups and downs, like within such a short space, with how many? What was the number of team members that time? 5, 6.
I think like 7 at the time.
7 at the time, right? So you got
and everyone also having like another job on top of all that. Like, we're not out here millionaires doing this, right? We're putting in everything we have, running our companies and our jobs and all the other things that we have to do to live. So we're burning it out on both ends,
right?
Quick. I think that was the hardest part. That was the hardest part to be like, I can do this with zero sleep for days on end. You know what I mean? And I'm just going to make it. And that's not healthy. I do not suggest that.
No.
Don't do that.
Don't do that, right?
Horrible advice. You don't have to do that. There's a better way.
Right. But saying that, so many project founders are doing it. We saw it with the Kid Called Beast, similar thing.
Yeah.
And so many other projects as well, right?
Do you think that's what it takes?
Good question. And that's what I was going to ask you. Like, is it the founders are putting themselves in there, or is it that the community is expecting of you? Oh, you know what? We want value for what we paid, or do you think that the holders think like, okay, now because you bought your NFT, now they own a piece of you? What does it look like now? If I go and buy something from a shop, right, doesn't mean that I'm investing in that shop, right? I use it like bar of soap.
It's a good,
I paid
it's not
for
a
it.
service.
Yeah, that's right. So because of NFTs, they can't like get that. It comes loaded with a digital asset, and you're gonna get utility and all those things. People want to just buy it and use it there and then.
Yeah,
And
or they expect the moon.
The moon, right? And
Yeah.
so even though we say like, okay, have patience, a lot of people don't have patience. I think at that time, with the market conditions, people will buy it and sell it, and it's all of that going on. Like a lot of liquidity in the market.
Huge,
right? Huge. So
massive transfers at that time.
Massive
asset movement, transition of wealth.
Yeah.
I mean, liquidity being sucked out of whole market positions, right? And
exactly.
you're like, holy shit! Like, what's happening? And
it's just crazy, right?
It was crazy.
And so given. Right? Given like there are 7 of you with 7, I would say the maximum number of like say 7 different types of people, right? Or the minimum is 1 type of people, 7 of them with 1 type of people, right? And it's not every day that you meet all 7 of them in 1 type, and it's not a good thing as well. Okay, we say, oh, all of us are same boat. It's not sometimes not good because
that's not good.
That's not good, right? Because then you're like put the blinkers on everyone thinking the same thing, right? You
don't have court vision anymore,
right?
Yeah.
So, given there are 7 people in that group, right, and going through these emotions, right, how did you guys keep it together?
We talked a lot, a lot of encouragement.
Okay.
A lot. Be honest with you, a lot of "I love you, man."
Yeah.
I love you, bro. You got this. You fucking crush tickets. You are the ticket crushing machine.
Yeah.
That was big, right?
Yeah.
And then. Everybody's different. Some people need to snuggle that day.
Yes.
Some people need to be talked through, right? Or some of us, it's get off your ass and get that shit done right now. Like there's very few,
different
it depends,
communication,
right?
Different communication methods.
Every person receives differently.
Correct.
So there must be tailored
to how they want to receive it, but not you want to deliver it.
Right. It's not about me.
Yes. Yeah.
It's about them.
It's about them.
Helping them. Where they're at, right?
Yeah.
And that's how we did it. Lots of talks, lots of snuggles, lots of communication.
Yep.
Some screams.
Yeah. Like all teams, the passion comes through.
Dude, everyone exhausted.
Yeah.
Sleep like strewn out across the floor, on the couch, on the desk. I mean, legit, they all lived in the nest at the time. And now I'm still in Indiana. I'm still in Indiana this whole time. So I'm half a world away.
Yeah.
Watching this shit go down and can't
come and be there with the team,
and know how value, like when you're separated from something and you know that you can add value to it, but it's just not time.
It's not there. Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah. That's really how it was. It was really just encouragement and the level of closeness, I guess. It kept increasing, right? Increasing, and trust increased. The level to which we relied on each other increased. But still maintaining like that sort of special individuality of each person. Like it's really important, because if you push too hard and you break that, you break them. It's not nice.
So today, after going all that, right?
Yeah.
Where is Cycler at the moment? Where is that project at the moment? Where is your project at the moment?
So for Cyclo Turtles, So Stephen Roden,
Yep.
charm is built, works great.
Yep.
Machine learning occurred. AI effective, coral identified, fed, nourished, aerated, yada, yada. Other robot comes places. It works.
Yeah.
So now it's time for scalability.
Mhm.
Application, direct application.
Okay.
So that to us looks like going to Southeast Asia, to
Got it.
Indonesia,
Yes.
to the Southeast Asian Coral Triangle. We have another person that we work with
Mhm.
who his name is Thomas Despin. He's already
Yes.
protected 2 reefs
Mhm.
in that area. So now that the reefs are protected and the turtles are protected from overfishing, now we can begin to repair things.
Hmm.
So there's stages of occurrence, and you have to be keen enough to come right on the back end
Yeah.
every time, right? Because that's how everything gets built. Like
Yes.
one step, next
Yeah.
step. Yeah, that's just how you build things, right?
Yeah.
And so it's key to be able to come in to have this working well,
Mm.
right? Not just working well.
Yeah.
To be scalable, to actually be able to take it there, right? That's the other thing. Like, how many people, what are you going to take over their warehouse?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, that's not going to happen. It's got to be exact for it to
Mhm.
all work and scale. So that's really the next step for us. Where we're at right now
Yep.
is sending out the last bunch of care packages.
Okay.
So
yes.
we've sent these things in stages all over, man, from Canada to Ecuador,
Yeah.
India, you name it, right?
Mhm.
Like legit, it blows my mind.
I think we have a care pack.
Yeah.
I think we should open it.
Yo, you should open it.
We should open it.
100%.
Nathan, I think it's out there. Can you bring it,
On
please?
the desk, man.
Because so tell me about or tell the audience, how did that come about? How did the
Here's
the
how
care
it came
packs?
about, audience.
Yep.
You helped us, those of you that minted, so you get something back. If you put in to Not Essential, you get back. And at the end of the day, we'll all get back more than we put in.
Yep.
That's just reality. So how this came about was we needed to provide value.
Yeah.
So Kazi, there's your value. It's not just me. It's not just Kane.
Yeah.
It's not just changing the way the world works consistently and implementing fantastic processes to save things.
Yeah.
No, it's all, everybody likes presents. And surprises, right?
So all right. So this is it's called Together We Are All Essential, and that says Not Essential. So it's I love the word.
Yeah. So the whole
play of-
phrase,
Yes.
is alone.
Yeah.
We are all not essential.
Got it.
Together, we are all essential.
essential. That's pretty cool.
I love that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I do too. It's great.
It's good.
It's true. You know what I mean? It's like that's the thing. It's true.
Um,
It's witty. It's also witty. I didn't think of it, so I can call it witty. You know what I mean? Like I didn't think of that. So it's
all right. All right.
what do you got?
Cool.
Paz? Power Bucky.
Power Bucky.
Yes.
I was going to call it a bucket hat.
It is a bucket hat.
The,
Bucket
the
hat.
famous V hat. Every time I see him at events,
Yes,
he's got that.
V
bad
wears
boy
that
on.
thing every
He
day. I
loves
swear.
it.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They're nice and soft.
Really good quality.
I know.
You don't cut corners, do you?
No, I
Good.
don't like cutting corners. It
No.
just wastes time.
That's it.
You end up having to do it again. Tote.
Nice tote. Everyone needs one.
Embroidered
Isn't
tote.
it? That's like unreal. And then, oh, this is nice.
These are my favorite part.
There's something that's really nice, which is, this is good, but I love this one.
Oh, yeah, I like that. But I wrote, well, whatever. That was definitely the most time-consuming part of all of this, besides arguing over hat shape and all of these things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is thank you notes. I think these are super important because I think a lot of people would do this part. I think this is the one that put the ribbon,
The care factor.
the care factor.
That's
Right?
it.
I think this is what it takes that next level because everyone loves to receive.
Can you read it?
I can
Oh,
above.
that was it. Okay, I wrote that, so if you
Yeah.
can't read that,
Man, this is
you
a
know,
struggle.
I
dude.
can't write you anything, mate. Like it's doctor's script,
Yeah.
right? That's what's up.
F beep.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Whoops. Maybe not read it. It is a hectic card, and you want one. That's where
Yeah.
we're at with it.
Exactly. I love the way you start
Mhm.
with the beep. Yes! Exclamation mark.
Large BPS.
Yeah.
Beep beep.
Thank you for believing in us. We hope you enjoy your care package. Let's continue to laugh through the bear and ride the bull together. Much love. Because we care. Not essential. Oh, not because we can.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
working.
cool.
Look, I'm not a stenographer. All right.
Look, this is really cool. I would say thank you so much
You're welcome.
from the team, and some really cool stickers as well.
That's really my favorite part. Those stickers are hectic.
Yeah. So
So you guys, these stickers, by the way, are like legit the best stickers. I don't know.
yeah, they're like
If you
really
need
cool.
stickers for your project, hit us up.
They're really
Those are
cool
hectic.
stickers.
They're really nice, and they're clear, so they're not white.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
like if you
when you
fold
want
it,
to
it's
remove.
clear.
Yeah.
Here, where's my phone? I'll show you. Yeah, look,
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
clear. So it's nice.
Nice.
That way you can kind of hide the edges,
Yeah.
and they don't
No,
get all
that's-
scummy.
You guys done an awesome job. Look, and one thing for me resonated when you talking about not essentials. I didn't even know what that was. I think we met Crofi at the NFT fest at the club. I think the last day,
Oh
the
yeah.
dance floor.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right. You hadn't met Crawford yet until that day.
yeah. Until that day, so that's
Oh my
the
God.
that's the first day I met him,
Clown
and I
it.
think Kane we met before that. I think at
that was
another
like at
event.
breakfast. I think you met Kane at breakfast.
No.
and then
We
met you at lunch or something.
I seen him at the event
Mm.
before that, but really didn't have a catch up with him. But then I met you, and every time when I met these different people, you guys always spoke about the vision that you have for Not Essentials and
Yeah.
Not Essential. And so what resonated with me is okay, the utility and all that's pretty cool, but for me I resonate with people, right? Individual, like real people, and
Mhm.
you guys are good people. You want to do something great, right? And you want to bring value and bring good to the world. So and that's what I had to say about you guys. I don't know about everything else, but I can vouch for you as individuals, and I know that individuals are the one that creates a group, and groups are the one that takes the rest of the world. So
Mhm.
on my side, I'm like, yeah, I'm glad that I met you guys and built a relationship with.
I'm glad I met you, man. Thank you, actually, for saying that. Like, that actually means a lot coming from you. So I really appreciate that. But yeah, it's all about the people, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the value in
Yeah.
Web3.
That's
Yeah.
it, right? I mean, like a lot of people talk about it, but not a lot of people live it.
Yeah.
Living and talking very, very different.
Yeah, it's not that simple to trade your life and serve.
Mm-hmm.
But it is.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to do it.
Yeah.
And once you take the first step, the second one is a little bit more difficult. And the third one gets harder. And it gets harder and harder.
Yeah.
But you get used to the process. You become efficient at moving through things that are 100% terrifying, and you have absolutely no clue what's going to shake up.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And you're willing to stand there and take it every day, because there's so many amazing things that happen in your life. Like, as you go down that road, you don't care how bad it hurts or what it takes, because you know that the back end of that is
gonna be
everyone wins.
Yeah.
And that's where we're all at, man. Like, it's just go time.
Hmm.
Don't have any more time to fuck around. Like, for real, it's time to shift. For all of us to shift collectively. And if we leave some behind, well, then we haven't shifted anything. So it really does matter. Everyone matters. Everyone has a value. Everyone has a place. They just have to have the reason to put in on it. So what is that, right?
Yeah.
It's different for everybody.
It's
We
different
talked
for
about
everyone.
it.
100%.
So identifying, understanding, accepting, and empathetically encouraging growth is key to communication and development for future worlds, specifically for children.
Yeah, I think that's super important because they are the future.
100%. Why else are we doing all this? You know what I mean?
100%.
So,
all right. So what I want to, thank you for that, from origin story to where you guys are now and where you're heading about Not Essential.
Mud on the wall for you there. You can read it.
That's it, right? And I think it's important. I think anyone to understand, any project founder to understand, they are going to be a bit of a project has a lifestyle or lifespan, like a human lifespan, and that's it. You just have to. If a project happens so well without any challenges, I think you're not going to learn anything new out of that. And you think like, oh, you're so smart. I think the failures becomes a lot bigger in the next project because then you take a lot more responsibilities, not a lot more things, and the failures could be a lot even harder. So I'm a great believer in failing early and failing forward, and that's what you guys said. Like you kept that morale going and you addressed it. And the worst case is everyone could paper hand it. That's the worst case. Okay, let's move forward and do it. So it's
and like honestly, like few. It was few compared to what it in my head could
in
have
your
been.
head could have been
Right.
It was something
very
that
few.
and then you guys move forward. So you fail early, fail forward. And I think for any project found, I think that's important. With it doesn't matter what is it, an NFT project, say any project in your life or anything like what you do. I think that's super important. That's what build resilience, and I think that's needed for any project founder or anyone who wants to be part of a project. It doesn't matter if it's one man band or a seven man band. The emotions are always are important and keep in check and looking at the bright side. Not many people can do it. I think that's why it's harder. I think entrepreneurship or the new startups, I think that's a skill that you need. And you can learn it by what you said. Just keep on, practice.
Fall on your face as hard as you can.
Yeah.
Jump off the cliff, smash into the ground, sit there and understand what just happened, and then get up and move. Because what else are you going to do? You're going to sit in the hole all day and wait for someone to come save you? That's not going to happen.
And other things like in the same breath, I think it's important to say like about we mentioned about burning from the both ends, right? It's not healthy for anyone.
No.
And I think I think communities have to really have more empathy towards projects, founders, and likewise and also the community is not saying like, okay, I don't really care, but I don't care. You have a care factor, but the founders can only bring value if the community shows their support, but not with the FUD. FUD is not support for anyone.
That's it. So FUD is not support. FUD is just stupidity. Really?
And
impatience.
Yes, impatient.
A great measure of impatience.
And what is
so much so that you would cause someone else to fail.
Yes.
It is infectious and just illogical.
100%. And the negativity can attract the negativity very easily.
Yeah, dude. It's agreements, right?
Yes.
We've talked a bunch of times. Everything happens by agreement. So if I FUD the shit out of something, and you even in your head
even think about
are hearing these words.
Yes.
Your brain does not have the ability to say that's not happening.
Yeah.
It hears and accepts the information. Information comes in. Only. One-way street.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like saying, don't think of the pink elephant.
Yeah, pink elephant.
Pink elephant.
Right? Every time. Every time. Don't crash the plane.
Crash.
Right? So it's just laws of causality, right? Like what you do, what you say, it matters, right? What you say matters. Think about everybody else. Yeah. So that's the way it is, right? And I think that takes it as a founder dealing with that.
Yeah.
Kane has done an excellent job. Kane is much more kind than I am. And I like that because he will often tell me, like, you can't say that. And I sometimes will tell him, you can't say that.
Yeah.
But more times than not, his way to sort of come around it and embrace it is much different than mine, right? But we need both for it to work efficiently. Just come up with a new way. Snuggle and chop same time.
That's
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, I know. I don't. I mean, like, but I know that it's been done with love. So
that's it.
That's it.
That's it. And
it's not with bad intention or force any bad.
If you don't want to be here, don't be
that's
here.
okay.
If you don't want to put in, don't.
Yeah.
But if you want to put in, and you want to grow, and you even if you just are money focused and you want this investment to grow, shut your mouth and put in, and it will grow magically. It grows. You know what I mean? It's just basic economics.
But I guess
science.
I mean, you say it's magic, but I know
It's
that
not.
there are people working. Like you guys have been working like behind the scene, like quite a lot. Some people it might seem like magic, but it's the magic of people, right? End of the day, I think that's what the magic is.
It feels like magic.
Yeah.
When it all goes good.
Yeah.
Feels like magic when shit falls out of the sky in your face too. And you're like, oh my God, did that really just happen? But overall the feeling is magic.
Yeah.
But magic is made.
Yeah.
You create it.
You create it. I think that's the thing is, Awesome. All right. On that note, I think we are just getting closer to the 1 hour mark. So Hilly, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Right.
Thank you for having me.
You moved from the other side of the world.
I did.
Right. And with your family and all that. So that's a big shift as a person, as a family you took to be part of this, part of this side of the
Bigger
world
family.
and bigger family. And that's amazing. And I only wish you guys the success for everything you guys are doing. So, I mean,
we will have it. We will have it.
Yeah.
That's just it. And the thing is every positive intention, every interaction, every energy that is pushed forward to initiate growth and development in another human being is the most important thing. Healing, patience, kindness, love. So to have people like you and Charlie, right? And to be able, I find it a massive privilege to even be able to be involved in this project, in this Web3 world. The fact that we're on the cutting edge of development and tech and application of all things is,
unreal.
It really is still, and moving across the world, like that's even more like, my life is crazy. It's the best life.
Good.
It's the best life. I love it. So thank you though, for real.
No worries.
Appreciate you guys.
Anything else, Charlie, from your side before we?
No, I just want to add to your comment before. If you see any of the NotEssential guys, best guys around. Love the vibe of all of you. You're all different, but the vibe is always great.
It is
awesome.
high. It is up there.
Every time I've met one of you guys, I've loved it. So if you see any of the NotEssential guys at any Web3 meetups anywhere, go say hello. They're the friendliest guys out there. So.
Yeah.
As you can tell from Hilly today. He's an awesome character as well. Aren't you, Hilly?
Yeah. Now, just
good
working
vibes.
real hard at it. Right?
And Hilly, if you want to let everyone know, where can they find you, the NotEssential guys? Anything you want to say that's coming in the near future for you guys? And
Okay. Yeah. So NotEssential.io, right? It's our website. Catch us on Twitter. Catch us on Insta. I'm the Hill Williams. We got King Bing, Kane, Crawford, Rice, and we add new members all the time. So team is growing very efficiently in very specific directions.
Yeah.
What I can tell you about upcoming in the future is not only are we rolling and continuing with Cycloturtles, and we will push that and continue that consistently.
Yeah.
But we are sort of mining different skill sets around the globe for a very specific reason, to connect them all for very particular function.
Yeah.
That really sounds hella vague.
No,
but the truth is, it's good for you.
Yeah.
So that's that.
I would say watch your space, right?
Yeah.
Watch your space and get involved with Cycloturn.
Yeah, jump in the Discord. I mean,
Yeah.
ask questions. You know what? DM me, all right?
Yeah.
I got you. It's good.
Yeah. DM, and you will learn everything about the whole team.
The whole
NotEssential.
team. And
Yep.
by then they'll be bigger. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's all good.
Awesome. And the last thing I want to mention is that we have our meetup happening next Tuesday, which is 2nd of May. And same place, it's going to be at the island at Duke's Parlour from 6 p.m. onwards. And it's going to be a bit of a fun activity as well, if you like a trivia night. And as always, there'll be pizzas and good vibes and networking and
wings.
and wings and all that stuff. So, please come down if you are on Gold Coast. Please come down. Happening next Tuesday. So, on that note, everyone, thank you so much for your time and joining us. And we'll see you again next week. Thank you so much.
Come
see ya.
visit.
See you guys.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place.
Subscribe.